Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Ben with Wargamer Fantasy. I have another game, and this game is against Gene, and he, instead of playing OnG, he's playing VC for Brawler's Bash. This game I actually played the exact same day that I played the Warriors of the Dark Gods Army. So, without further ado, let's start this bat rep off. So it's the same exact list as before as the last one. You can see the deployment. I've got my dogs, my cave goblin screen right in the front, my two giants, my gargantuan on one side, my feral orcs, my great green idol, my iron orcs, painted up in all their glory. Still not, I based them now, but everything's getting a facelift in terms of basing. So look forward to that for brawlers. I got my vanguarding, or my scouted forest goblin raiders. On his side, he's got some wraiths, it looks like, some dogs, a bunch of ethereal crap that I don't like, ghouls, 2 units of skeletons, and a unit of zombies with a cadaver wagon, it looks like, of the ghast, 2 terrorgeists, or screeching horrors, sorry, and then another unit of dogs right over there. There's a full view of the table. I got a few spells: Scorching Salvo, the Embers, Enveloping Embers, Pyroclastic Flow, and Flaming Swords. So vanguarded up like this, and he gets first turn. This is vanguarding. So first turn, he moves these guys up and walks on, I guess, puts two of his guys onto my dogs and does the 2 strength 5 hits. Or he does more than 2. I think he does, maybe he does do 2. I can't remember. Either way, he kills 2 dogs. I pass my panic check because these guys are fucking fearless. And move on to his movement. So, looks like that. Magic is, what is this, 10 to 5, and his magic is always going. Like, he had consistently throughout the entire game, he had at least 9 dice. So if you end up playing Gene, check his dice to make sure they're not loaded. They're CGL dice, so you never know. So anyways, he gets Awaken the Beast off on these dogs. Not like it's going to help him any, because they're going against a strength 6, and he puts them up to tough 4, so they're going to die anyways. He just threw out the spell to get the scarification. He did an evoke here and boosted all these guys up, and it moves on to my turn 1. So I don't think I moved anything. I just kind of threw my Nash wrecking team forward, killed that set of dogs. Nash wrecking team this side went forward, killed that set of dogs, and I just kind of sat there like that. I put my forest goblins right in front of his ghasts, and you'll see why that's funny in a moment. So magic phase, it is 7 to 5. I do, I think, Scorching Salvo or something like that. That was a blurry ass picture. I don't know what this is for. Maybe I killed something. I can't remember. Maybe that was just a random picture. So these guys shoot, and they do 2 wounds here. I think my forest goblins. No, never mind. That wasn't it. I threw some throwing weapons at the gas and didn't do anything. The combat's the funny part. So anyways, it goes on his turn 2. He's charging in. I stand and shoot. I don't think I do anything. He walks through again with these guys, kills off 2, and I pass my fucking panic. Hell yeah. Over here, he steps on them, takes out a base. Same thing over here, takes out a base. And movement looks just like that. So magic is 8 to 6. Does Whispers of the Veil. I'll have that one go through because I really don't care. He charges in. He kills 4, and by the time I get to go, I throw down a poison onto his general. I get a poison through on his general. But unfortunately, he passes. He passes all of his armor and regen. So I thought that would be fucking hilarious if I put a wound on his general from a forest goblin. So anyways, he kills. His unit goes and kills off. That was his general that attacked, that killed these four. And then his unit went and killed the last guy, and he just stood there. Moves on to my turn 2. Move everybody up. The goblins, at least. I move them up as far as I can go. Magic Face, he got off some zombies. So, move up to release Mad Gits, because they're going to be released anyways. Magic Face, 6 to 5, because my dice suck. I did Scorching Salvo. Boop. Did a wound there. Did like 2 or 3 wounds there. Did 3 wounds there. Killed the guy off in the back. And I did the D6. And I got 4 6s in a row. And I did 2 here. 3 there. What is that? 3 or 4? Looks like 3. Killed 3 ghouls. And then I release Mad Gits. They kill off a bunch of guys and litter the field with stuff that they have to go through, which is fantastic. I kill all but 1 fucking zombie. I take off 1 base each of these little spirit host guys. And I believe this is what it looks like right here. Goes into his turn 3. He's charging in with the ghouls. Takes 2d6 from the Mad Git. And I kill off another 5. Charges that little base of thing, a little base into the giant. He's charging the skeletons into my cave goblins. And he's running through, I think he runs through one of the Mad Gits or something. I can't remember. Oh no, stand and shoot. Over here he's charging into my Gargantula. I'm not too worried about that. Here he's charging these guys into my giant. Makes it with, I believe, everybody, which is pretty fantastic for him. These guys just moved forward and took out the Mad Git behind him, which took off another base. I don't see that much of a problem for him because it's just he's getting he can just regrow those wounds, so it's no big deal. Over here, you just move these guys, and this is what the table looks like. Pretty convoluted. So magic dice, he gets 11 to 6. Does Savage Fury, I don't care. Spectral Blades, I really don't care. Over here he does 3, I do 1. And I think I stuck on the 10. I stuck on the 10. I think I did Smash on these guys. Or Swing, the 2d6 attacks. And I did the 2d6 attacks on the other guys too, and they failed all their ward saves and died. So I just, pivoted to face the flank of those guys. Over here, my spider comes through. I take 1 wound for my troubles, and I kill off his character mounted on a screeching horror. He was pissed. I rolled. I did the venomous surge. He failed the whatchamacallit, the regen. He had a 5-up regen. He failed that to the venomous surge, and I did like 2 other poisons, and I rolled a 4 for the venomous surge, and he died. Over here, he kills off. He beats my cave goblins in combat and overruns in my Great Green Idol. I'm not worried about this. I'm glad he's into the Great Green Idol with those skeletons, because as long as that Great Green Idol is in combat, I wanted this to happen. This is the best case scenario, because now I can kind of wait for him to get closer, because it's Brawler's Bash. He's going to try and get more points. And we're just doing practice game, obviously, but he's going to try and bolt everybody up to kill off all my points. In the meantime, if I can get a charge off, I get Devastating Charge. I get +1 attack. Or if he charges me, I get +1 to wound. So if he does like a toughness buff or whatever, I can just throw down my +1 to wound, put on Great Weapons, and wreck face that way. what I like doing is getting the flaming swords, because then he doesn't get regen. So that's what I'm hoping for. Over here, overruns into the cave goblins and moves in my turn 3. Charging there, charging there, killing the combat res, and I'm charging this this screeching horror here. So this guy goes through, this mad git goes through and does 1 wound on the d6, takes out one of the ghouls. I get flaming swords off the aura, so now I've got a 6-inch aura. Plus wound to wound modifier, flaming attacks, magic attacks, you know the deal. Go in, which means now he doesn't get his regen, obviously, and the other guy, the other base, doesn't get their 3-up ward save. So we go into combat, and I do 4 wounds, or 3 wounds to this guy. And he does like 3 back to me. So I have a charge, 3 wounds, and I don't know what else happened, but I killed this guy, and then overran. He sat there, just did a couple wounds, and took a wound in return. As you can see in my movement phase, I kind of pivoted these guys around a little bit. He kills off the cave goblins, they run away, bounce through all the units, and fly off the board. I don't really care about the cave goblins. They are there just to run up, deliver fanatic or mad gits, and then die a horrible death, and hopefully set me up for some good charges. Because what I like to do is put my units at least 12 inches behind any of my cave goblin screen. So I'll push them forward 4 inches. Usually I'm taking second turn because everybody wants first turn. I really don't care. It gives me a chance to throw my Nasher wrecking team up and kind of give them a good direction, and then move my... If I really want to be aggressive, I'll push everybody up 8 inches. All the cave goblins up 8 inches. And that should give me about a 10 or 11 inch overrun into my combat units. So I send them all forward, and then I'll just kind of sit there. I'll release mad gits and litter the field with a bunch of bullshit, and then I'll just shoot if I can, and then do magic as well to kind of get rid of redirectors and all sorts of crap. So over here, I can't remember what happened, but I took a wound. I think I did the bellow, or whichever it is. Now his turn 4, he's charging in to the giant. It's going to be the end of him. Charging into these guys, don't really care. He makes it there and makes it there. And this is what the table looks like. It is another big phase for him, 10 to 6 or 11, 12 to 6, 12 to 6. He gets Awaken the Beast off there, and that's it. The other ones I think I stopped. I don't know how I stopped. I think I did like 1 dice because he was rolling like 2 dice and he got like a 5 or something like that, and I rolled a 6, or I rolled pretty high with my 1 dice dispels and managed to dispel him. Into combat, I kill his Screeching Horror, and pivot like such. My cave goblins are down in the bottom corner. They ran away after combat. I didn't take a picture of it. Over here, I kill off 7. That's pretty much it. He kills the 2 giants. Not too worried about that. Then he overruns with his vampire spawns, and they get into the flank of my feral orcs. And everybody else just kind of reforms. I would have thought that maybe he would overrun with the... Oh no, he couldn't overrun with ghouls. He could have overrun with the wraiths and the ghouls, and put the ghouls into the front of the feral orcs and the vampire spawns into the side, but honestly it would not have mattered. So I mean, everything would have died anyways. So anyways, that's what that is. Goes into my turn 4. I declare charges all over the place. I think I even called out the warg. I can't remember. But of course the Iron Orcs fail, and this is actually why these guys had the Rending banner on them. But honestly, I don't need that banner as much as I need the Swift Stride banner. Because if I have Swift Stride with these guys all the time, then 9 times out of 10, they're going to make it in. Very little... I've had very little failed charges when I was using the Swift Stride banner. So these guys are going to be, at Brawlers, are going to have a 5-up ward against shooting and Swift Stride all the time. Strider as well. So, I think one of my Mad Gets went through that unit and put 2 wounds. Magic Phase, 7-6. I did Scorching Salvo and took out a bunch of guys. I tried going with Flaming Swords, didn't work. He dispelled it. He saved his dice for dispelling Flaming Swords because I never got really like a really big Magic Phase. I couldn't like 5 dice it, and even when I did 5 dice it, he 5 diced, or he used whatever dice he had and dispelled it. So, anyways, in the combat, Vampire Spawns died. Like, I think they died to a man. I was doing 15 attacks, hitting on, I think, 4s, but I rolled really well. And being strength 5, these guys think of tough 4, but I had +1 to wound because of the GGI, the Great Green Idol, being in combat, so I was wounding on 2s. So 4s and 2s, killed them all. Pretty sweet deal. Over here, I kill off a bunch of skeletons. I think that's pretty much it right there. Losing his turn 5. He's charging his ghosty guys into my Feral Orcs as well as his skeletons, and he's charging his ghasts into the flank of my Gargantula, which is going to spell the end of him. So he makes it in with his Wraiths, does not make it in with his skeletons, and obviously he makes it in with his ghasts. Big Magic Phase again for him. He gets Awaken the Beast and Scarification. He also gives him Lightning Reflexes because of the guy, the Cadaver Wagon or whatever it's called, gives off that buff. Over here, I kill off those guys with just Combat Res alone. And that's it. So he kills off my Gargantula and just is pretty much, he's just going to get charged by the Iron Orcs. That's just all that's going to happen. And my Orcs are just going to go right into his ghouls. Lose another 5. Charging both units in. I make it with both because they're auto ins. And the trick with the Great Green Idol, if you don't know, is to make his combat last. All the time. Always be last. So, the combats, or let's go to magic. I try to do Flaming Swords again, don't get it. These guys go flying through them. I think this is, yeah, kill 3. The pictures are all fucked up, sorry. I didn't actually go through these pictures to try and make it in order. Over here, kill the ghouls. Over here, I do a shit ton of wounds. He only does 5. I did, it looks like 1, 10, 11, 12 wounds, and he did 5, 6 wounds. So I win big, and I mean he sticks around, but I think I did a devastating charge of that one. And that was the end of my turn right there. That's what it looks like. Turn 6. He makes a smart move and does not charge into my Great Green Idol. If he would have charged into my Great Green Idol, that would have been better for me, because then I wouldn't have had... Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'm stubborn anyways, because I have 2 characters in there. One of them is damn near impossible to kill, which is my general. He's a 1-up, 4-up. He's got the Obsidian Sword. So he's pretty devastating. But anyways, gets there, gets another huge fucking magic phase. Does a crap ton of wounds this time. I do a few back. He's only got 1 rank. I've got 2. I don't really win by much. But after combat, he reforms his skeletons to face Great Green Idol. I charge him with him. Make it in. And this is what it looks like after that. So, because of the combined combat res between the Iron Orcs and the Skeletons and the Ghasts and the Great Green Idol, I only did 5 wounds there. I didn't do anything basically to the Ghasts, and I'll tell you why. You see that little pale white hand up in the top right corner? That's Phil fucking Carl. And when he left, he walked off to go do something, and Gene and I were rolling hot fucking dice the whole damn time. And we were fucking each other up pretty damn bad. The second Phil Carl comes around, I'm rolling like 2s all fucking day. 2s and 1s. You see all those 2s down there in that pile? That's because of Phil Carl. That son of a bitch. He's a great guy though, but that asshole has bad luck around me. Fucking up my dice like that. But anyways, this is actually the end of the game, is what it looks like. So it's a pretty good win for me. He didn't give me the exact points of what I got, but he did tell me that it was. He said it was about 3,600, and he got 2,869 out of me. So it was a pretty decent win for me, especially against Gene. So, yeah. Look forward to doing the other battle reports for Brawler's Bash, and I will see you guys later.